You know what? I'm gonna set up camp first, though. Just so we can grab some health potions and stuff, and then I'll take care of the rift across the way. Alright, so who wants to make camp?
This might be a decent place for a spot of camping.
I was
Rather
thinking...
fight bandits than demons any day.
I mean, yes, and yes. So, yes to both. I'm gonna signal everybody so we can have camp, and then, you know, we're gonna go close the Fade Rift. Alright, camp set up. Let's go close this rift, and then if I am to understand the map correctly, which, I mean, that's a toss-up given it's me reading a map, I think we gotta go that way to see Hawk. We're gonna go talk to Alistair and Hawk. I'm gonna try not to fangirl my hardest, but I mean, also, I don't know if I know how to fangirl, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna try not to get too excited over the fact that it is potentially the Alistair and not ask him for a million stories about the Warden. I kind of do want to ask him a million stories about the Warden, though. Like, what did the Warden like for breakfast while hunting an archdemon? These, like, little questions nobody asks, but I'm, like, honestly kind of curious. Did the Warden ever get super stressed out by having to save the world? Because, I mean, I kind of do, and I'm not really doing it on the same... Well, I mean, I don't say I'm necessarily doing everything on the same scope that the Warden did, but I mean, there are a few small similarities. And I would just like to know, you know? Did the Warden get stressed out? What was the Warden like? Where is the Warden now? All those basic questions that need answers, right? Right. Anything over here? No. Okay, good. Nothing unusual. I just want to make sure we're not being followed, because I have a feeling this is a top secret location of sorts, and I'd hate to give it away, because I don't know how much longer Alistair is going to stay here. Is this the cave? Is that a cave up there? I think so. I mean, I see a torch. If they wanted a super secret cave where nobody would be able to find them, having a torch is probably a terrible, terrible idea, you know? Or am I the only one that thinks that having a torch light the way is an
Warden
awful
friend
idea?
should be inside that cave.
Yes, why did you say it so excitedly? Are you excited or nervous? Don't be nervous. I'll protect you, Dorian. Is that you, Hawk? Hey, Hawk.
Glad you made it.
Me too.
I just got here myself. My contact with the Warden should be at the back of the cave.
Okay. You know that there are other Wardens roaming around, right? He nearly got caught.
He's not the only Warden around here. It's a good thing his friends didn't find him in Crestwood.
Yes, I saw them earlier. They've been told he's a traitor in order to capture or kill him.
Kill
How much
him?
blood is shed by good men following bad orders?
No, I know. But we can change that maybe someday down the road. That's what we're here for. All right, so you said in here? Hawk, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? All right, I mean, I'll open the door, and then you can go in first. Oh, this is an empty, creepy cave, if I'm being honest. Is there anybody here? Hello? Oh! Anybody? No? Hi?
It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
Yeah, could we put the sword away? I'm a good person.
I'm Alistair. It's an honor to meet you, Inquisitor, though I wish it were someplace a bit nicer.
So, I'm gonna get this out of the way right now. The Alistair?
Are you the Alistair who fought the Archdemon with the hero Ferelden?
I need to change my name. Yes, that was me. War, betrayal, darkspawn, all lots of fun, and made for excellent stories, I'm sure. Nobody cares about that anymore. I answer to Warden Commander Clarel now, like everyone else.
So, could you help me add all this up? I'm a little confused as to what exactly is going on.
Most of you Wardens disappear. Then I run into a Darkspawn Magister named Corypheus. Do you think that one might have something to do with the other?
When Hawk killed Corypheus, the Wardens thought the matter resolved. But archdemons don't die from simple injury.
Okay.
I feared Corypheus might have the same power, so I started to investigate.
Okay.
I found hints, but no proof. And then, not long after, every Warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
I recall that being a bad thing. But I don't recall you telling me about all this.
It was a secret. A very dangerous one. I try to actually keep a few of my oaths to the Wardens.
Are you trying to tell me that Corypheus is an archdemon? Or are you saying he just shares ability? Like, if he's just sharing abilities with an archdemon, does that make him an archdemon of sorts? Is he like the original, or like did he get turned into like not a literal child of an archdemon, but you know what I mean? Like, I thought that was technically the Darkspawn, but maybe not. So, abilities like an archdemon. So, are you going to at all... You're not going to tell me how the whole archdemon story, are you? No. All right. So, is this calling controlling them, or is it something different?
You think Corypheus is using this calling to control the Grey Wardens?
Not precisely.
Okay.
When a Warden hears the calling, it means the corruption inside us will soon kill him.
Okay.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now.
Oh.
They think they're dying.
Oh.
Yes, I think Corypheus caused this somehow. If all the Wardens die, who will stop the next blight? That's what has them so terrified.
I get it.
And then they do something desperate. Which is, of course, what Corypheus wants.
I mean, it makes sense, though. If you are the only order, theoretically, that can end a blight, and you're all hearing this calling for... I mean, the calling, right? You call it the calling. And everybody's hearing it at once. And everybody thinks that this is the end of the Warden Order. For whatever reason, there won't be anybody left to stop the next blight. So you're doing what, or not you specifically, but the Wardens are doing whatever they can to end this now. Why wouldn't you just conscript more Wardens, though? And try to teach them everything that you know ahead of time? Why wouldn't you do that instead? And not do something so stupidly drastic? Or why wouldn't you give up the secrecy at that point and try to bring other people together to help you? I mean, not for nothing, but mages and alchemists can do some incredible things. There might have been a way to prolong this. Do we know that this is actually a genuine calling? It seems a little weird that every single Grey Warden, no matter how long you've been a Grey Warden for, is hearing this calling at the exact same time. That's not... How is that even... It can't be real, can it? None of this makes sense. Are you affected too?
You said all the Wardens are hearing the calling. Does that include you?
Unfortunately, yes. When I'm talking or fighting, I can almost ignore it. But whenever things are quiet, I can hear it. It's like a song you can't get out of your head. Damned annoying, frankly.
So, if you can hear it, how do we know, though, like, do you have any new recruits? Do we know if the new recruits are hearing it too? It just doesn't make sense that somebody that's newly a Warden would potentially be hearing this, does it? I mean, the way you made it sound at the beginning is that this is what happens at the end of being a Warden. How long do Wardens normally live for after undertaking the joining? There are so many... Alistair, I need a lot of answers right now. How is this even possible?
How can Corypheus make all these Wardens hear the calling?
I have no idea. I suppose it's part of what he is. Corypheus is tied to the Blight, and not just a product of it like most Darkspawn. Wardens are connected to the Darkspawn too. That's how he seems able to control Wardens who get too close to him. And that's likely what he's doing here as well. Somehow.
So does that mean Corypheus can also control the Darks? I assume that this means he can also control Darkspawn. How do we know, though? Oh, so you said he's a byproduct of the Blight instead, like... Oh, there's a lot of questions left on the table now. So we don't know exactly what he is. I mean, he could be patient 0, right? With the blight, and it would stand to reason that the blight is different in him than it would be in Darkspawn. I guess given the way that both were created. And the fact that he has the same properties of an archdemon at least a little bit, and the fact that he can't be killed like a regular Darkspawn or really anybody, and he's, what you said, more like how you have to kill an archdemon? Huh. Interesting. But can Corypheus really do all this?
Is the calling they're hearing real, or is Corypheus mimicking it somehow?
I have no idea. Before all this, I'd barely heard of Corypheus. I didn't even know he was supposed to be a magister until I started digging around.
Interesting.
Right now, all that matters is the Wardens are acting like they're going to die.
So they're desperate. They are desperate, and they are very, very, very scared, is what I'm hearing. So pretty much, they're gonna go out in a hail of glory kind of thing. They don't care what it takes. They just want to end any possibility of another blight, and then they can all just hear their calling in peace kind of thing, and then walk off into the sunset. Is that really what they think is the best idea? They're desperate right now and scared. So I can't imagine how scared, especially if you have newer recruits must be right now.
So the Wardens think they're dying and have stopped thinking clearly. That won't go well.
I saw what a blight did to Ferelden. If Wardens hadn't stopped it, there'd be no more Thedas.
I'm not arguing that with you. I agree.
Warden Commander Clarel proposed some drastic things, blood magic and such, to prevent further blights before we die.
Drastic?
I protested. Maybe too loudly. And Clarel sent guards and... well, here I am. Wardens were gathering here, in the western approach. It's an old Tevinter ritual tower. I'm going to investigate. I could use some help.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, I guess I'm gonna meet you there? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm gonna meet you and we'll figure all this out. I'm gonna stop by Skyhold on the way and pick up more supplies and just check in with my people. You're more than welcome to join us. By the way, the both of you. I'll see you guys though there. Yes? Alright. Be good. I mean, you can't really get into much more trouble than I lied. There's always more trouble to get into. I learned that when Corypheus showed up at Haven. I had to drop a mountain on his head. It didn't kill him, unfortunately. Alright, Hawk, what does this leave with you now?
I heard what he said. Hopefully we'll find some answers in the western approach. Though I fear what those answers will be. I've seen too much blood magic to ever trust where it leads.
So, am I gonna meet you at the western approach? Is that it? Alright. Alright, so let's head to Skyhold. We'll check in with everybody and then... western approach? Ah, home sweet home. Alright. It is starting to feel like home though. I know I haven't been here for too long, but oh my gosh. A lot of this stuff looks a little bit tidier. I kind of want to see everything now. So
someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again.
What?
The juice is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere. The plums were right in front of me, but
she's talking
can't quite
very
recall who
loudly
took
outside
them.
that closed window. Or inside that like, that was very loud. Something about plums and spiders, and she sounded very upset by that.
That'll guide the dragon
So,
right in.
By the time
it looks like Cullen's moved. Oh! Oh, look at the bridge got moved. So I wonder who lives there now. What else do we have? Oh, wow. This got cleaned
Someone
up.
emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere.
Turnips?
I was going to use them for dinner and then... I can't recall who took them.
Oh, okay. So they're turnips now. A lot of weird things. Varric, hello. I'll be by to say hi in a minute. I'm just kind of exploring for a minute. Okay, so this looks good. Why is there a throne and guards? Josephine. What does Josie have up her sleeve now? Where does this... I don't think I could go in here the last time. Look at how much they've cleaned up. How long was I? I wasn't gone for that long, was I? What is... Oh, they actually added the door like I asked. Oh, the door got added. Are those my mosaic tiles that I've left behind? Somebody's hanging them up. Oh, they look so pretty. All right, so I've got mosaic tiles here now. Very nice. Vivian, hello. What is this? Note, surfacing, paint plaster. Okay, so these are just notes to the different builders. I do wonder what's beyond those doors. Hopefully we'll find out at some point. I trust you've certainly set up shop here. I trust you're comfortable. All right. Looks like we're gonna have to invest in some curtains too. And then we've got this. Oh, this is all looking good. And then Leliana and her people are upstairs. Dorian, I'll stop by and say hi in a bit. I just want to see. Solus, hello. Okay, so you're still here and you've been painting. Oh, well, this looks stunning. I love the work you've done so far. I can't wait to see what else you come up with. All right. And then in here. So yeah, now we have access to all of this. Wow. And then, oh no, we have a stable now. I wonder if anybody's hanging out near the barn. My guess is Sarah and Bull moved into the tavern. Possibly. And then I think Cassandra had been out by the practice dummies in the back. Who's in here now? Oh, Colin, you moved in here. Okay, I'll be back to say hi in a minute. I just want to see everything. Oh man, I never got to come down this side. Look at, there's so much more space. What am I gonna do with it all? Okay, and now this area isn't fixed. I wonder if it ever will be. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. I'm so excited. We have a better working Skyhold all of a sudden. Oh, and there's this, oh, this is another set of stairs. Okay, so I can get to the barn that way. Fantastic. Who's down here? Anybody? Hello? Oh man, this is a staircase and a half. Definitely gonna get a workout in. Oh, and now we have merchants.
I hear you'll be leaving us soon.
Wow.
They're all
Okay,
dead.
and spots for
I can go
more.
home.
We can have a little marketplace here.
Make
Hey,
her go with
Blackwall, is that you? You set up shop in here nicely. How you doing?
At your service.
Are wardens being... Do you know anything about the warden corruption that Alistair mentioned to me?
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
So how is your state of mind? Are you hearing the calling, or...?
Are you feeling all right? No voices or anything?
If I start hearing things, I promise you'll be the first to know.
Okay. Well, we'll talk later. Thank you for letting me
Nothing
chat
right
with you.
now. Perhaps in a bit.
Thank you for chatting with me. And are these the horses? Hi,
Our
beautiful.
mounts have never had better.
Look at you. You have your very own stable, better than the pen you had. Hello, Dennett. All right, so I guess now it's up to just saying hi to people. I guess, is Cullen up these stairs? I'll go say hi to Cullen quickly. And then kind of backtrack. I guess that would make the most sense, right? Start with Cullen, backtrack to a bunch of other people. Go from there. Cullen, I'm back. How you doing?
Inquisitor,
Yes.
I've found where the Red Templars come from.
Okay.
They're in full redoubt. The Knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters. Samson took over after their corruption was complete.
Of course.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
Well, so Samson. So is that who was standing next? Well, you had mentioned that that's who was standing next to Corypheus. So he's been in on this for a while, it sounds like. And I believe you. I do. When it comes to this stuff, absolutely.
The Red Templars swarming Haven were proof enough.
We cannot allow them to gain strength.
Agreed.
The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
It's a good thinking. All right, I like this plan.
I like finding the Red Templars' vulnerabilities before fighting them head-on.
We'll need every advantage against what courses through their veins. Caravans of red lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined.
Do you know where those are?
If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded.
Okay. So, can you give me the location of those? And then we'll go from there, I assume? All right, well, thank you for chatting, Cullen. I'm gonna go say hi to other people. And then I have to, unfortunately, I think, pack up and go. Solus, did you want to... Wait, where'd you go? Oh, you were right there.
Hello.
Is there anything you wanted to chat about? No? No? Okay, I'll talk to you later then.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for saying hi, or letting me say hi. Yeah, it was awkward. Right, sometimes you can be extra awkward. Dorian, what's up?
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix,
Oh?
Alexius's son. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead.
Oh,
The
Dorian.
blight caught up with him.
Dorian, I am so sorry.
Are you alright?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
So, what about you, though? Out of curiosity, where do you fit into that?
You make it sound like he was a better person than you.
What a mad thing to say. Few people are better than I.
Dorian.
Very well, a better person, clearly, not nearly as handsome.
Agreed. Agreed on that one.
Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
Thank you for talking, Dorian, and I am sorry about Felix. All right, who's upstairs? I think, is Leliana, are you upstairs? Why am I yelling to Leliana from the floor below? She can't hear me. All those birds. Leliana, is there anything you want to talk about?
It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment.
It really is, though.
I am, however, glad that he is with us, even if he was not what I expected.
Does he not
seems to be a good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition.
Do you think he's not Grey Warden enough?
Wardens. I suppose we will have to keep looking.
So, yeah, well, I found Alistair, so there's that. We can at least maybe pick his brain if we get him to come over to Skyhold. So, you must miss Justinia.
The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh, you are referring to my outburst in the Haven. I am much better now. Justinia was such a dear friend, and there were so many things going wrong.
I understand. I understand. Does anything ever go right anymore, Leliana?
Things going wrong? I'm shocked.
I was there when the hero Ferelden defeated the Archdemon.
Were you?
We won the day, and I thought the Maker smiled on me. When the Divine requested my help, I went to her. I owed her that much. I sacrificed so much to do the Maker's work. But now, Justinia is dead. I was angry. I felt betrayed. But I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me. I'm sorry.
There's no reason to be sorry. You don't need to apologize for that. You're human, and you're allowed to act human, and I'm here if you want to talk.
Don't apologize. You were grieving and upset. I understand.
Thank you. Now, enough of this. Let us think more pleasant thoughts.
I will talk to you later then.
I'll leave you to your work.
Thank you for chatting. All right, so I checked with everybody up here. I should probably go and see who's... Oh, I should probably check in with Varric and Cassandra. I should probably check in with Cassandra first. And then I'll check in with Varric later, because I have a feeling that if I don't check in with Cassandra first and cool her down after the whole Hawk thing, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble, as in, like, we might have a Varric missing, you know, a pulse. At this rate, knowing how upset Cassandra's gonna be with Varric. Alright, Cassandra, hi! How are we? Are you gonna be okay?